You are not the label you achieved. You are the hard work that it took to get there. Think about that one. I wrote this yesterday. I was all excited. I told my wife, I was like, I wrote a quote. And she was just like, oh, not impressed because I always hit her with millions of different things that go on in my head. I think she thinks I'm psychopath. But here it goes again. You are not the label you achieved. You are the hard work that it took to get there. So think about that quote. When I say that quote, what I'm saying is, and this, I'm always kind of, I'm more focused on the veteran community, but this is like widespread message. It's the same thing for everything, but I've seen it firsthand with the military community. And so I wanted to address it. You are not the label that you achieved, meaning you are not this false persona that you carry with you and you think holds gravity, right? Holds weight. You are not, I am not the Army Ranger. I can't still walk around the world and say, I'm the Army Ranger. I'm the Army Ranger. And that be enough to accomplish more shit, right? I am actually the hard work that it took to get there. I am the person, the vessel that did the work. And with that mindset of I am the vessel that did the work to achieve this accomplishment is so powerful, because that means that if I did the same thing, the same mentality, the same hard work, the same effort in a different space, I can hold other titles if that's what you chase. But it means that the hard work and effort that it took to achieve that can be replicated, which means that you can find success over and over and over again, which goes hand in hand with life, that you have to wake up and continue to be successful over and over and over again. So when you chase these titles, right? When you chase these accomplishments, and then you wear those like as if it's the fucking badge of honor that will carry you for the rest of your life. It's the same as Al Bundy, who scored 4 touchdowns in high school, that doesn't stop talking about his high school days of how great he was at football. He doesn't let go of it. He is a high school star. That's false. What he is Al Bundy. He was a hard worker who was able to do that, right? So if he carried that hard work and continued on and stopped letting that one badge define him, he could have accomplished more. And I say that like the drill sergeant in this world, right? I have so many drill sergeants that graduated drill sergeant school, and that hat and badge, I was a drill sergeant for many years. And so there's guys that earn that hat and badge who before that accomplished very little in the military, like they just, whatever, they had a career, wasn't significant. They weren't the most proud of it, whatever it was. And those are the ones who end up getting the hat and badge, and it's the most important thing in their life. It actually defines them for the rest of their life. They walk around as a drill sergeant. They talk about being a drill sergeant. They're a drill sergeant, knife hands, all this weird stuff. And in the end of the day, what they've done was they carried that achievement and they act like that is who they are. And that is what also slows down growth and personal development. Yeah, I used to say a thing. I heard this in church once. I thought it was super valuable. What's the story you tell yourself about yourself? And then I added, is that slowing you down, right? What's the story you tell yourself about yourself? Now in church, it was a whole different meaning, and I thought it was pretty awesome message, but I'm sitting there in church and I wander, like my mind goes all over the place, right? And that message, I was like, whoa, that's so profound. What's the story you told yourself about yourself? Like, what is the story you tell yourself about yourself? And then I think, is it a lie? Is it false? Is it slowing down your growth? I used to tell myself I'm an Army Ranger, and when I get out of the military, people are going to respect that. They're going to freaking roll out the red carpets. They're going to shake my hands. Veteran discounts across the board. I'm a goddamn Army Ranger. And that ideology slowed me down in progression because I thought that was enough to carry me past the finish line. And in reality, I ended up getting to work as a corrections officer, and everyone's like, "Hey, dude, I heard you were in the military." I was an Army Ranger. Right? I've told the story before, and they were like, "Oh, you're a park ranger. What's that about? Like, that sounds cool." And I was like so pissed off that the world didn't understand who I was and the title that I gave myself. What's the story you tell yourself about yourself, right? I told myself that the world is going to be so respectful and love me because the hard work and efforts I put towards being an Army Ranger, I'm so badass, bro, bow to me. That ideology killed me. It absolutely destroyed me because the fall from those clouds, that fake persona that we've given ourselves and thought it would hold weight in the real world, no one gave a shit. And they shouldn't, to be honest. They shouldn't. It's irrelevant. Are you a good person? Are you still achieving things? That's the truth, right? Reality in life is, are you still doing shit? Or did you stop and you just continue to talk about it, right? What's the story you tell yourself about yourself? I'm an Army Ranger. Is that the story that I was carrying? That was the story I carried with me and thought it would take me to the finish line. It would like the freaking pearly gates would be wide open and like every job was available to me. I'd be making 100 plus a year and my family would be great. Absolutely false, right? Absolutely false. And that's the same thing as you can't hold on to these titles, right? You can't hold on to these titles and allow them to define you. I think too many veterans hold on to the term of veteran and allow it to define them. And I think that's what's hurting your growth. I think you are the hard work and efforts, and you are the character that chose to serve at a time of war. You're the person, the heart and soul of what it takes to serve in a country that is at war and knowing that you have no idea what the outcome will be. That's genuinely who you are. And that has so much power and so much leverage in civilian world. It has so much more than you even understand, and you're not using that. Like, you've forgotten about what it took. It takes balls. Pardon my language, mom, if you're watching. It takes so much cojones to sign up for war. Like, that's insane. I don't think anyone realized, like, that's crazy, right? And the fact that you do that because whatever reasons, college money, stability, a first and 15th paycheck, medical insurance, dental, whatever that reason was, or patriotism, right? You just want to serve. Whatever that reason was, that is who you are, not the veteran title that comes with it, right? That's, to me, hang that hat on the hat rack with the 30 other hats you've accomplished in life and keep moving, bro, right? And so I wanted to, like, we're coming up on Veterans Day, and everyone, I had a buddy call me, like, we talked on the phone. He's like, yo, my company's asking me to talk about veterans, right? Oh, I got a Twitch follower up in here. What's up? Lord Fox, what up, dog? I see you guys. He's been asked to talk to his corporate office about the veteran culture, right? And what they can do to help the veteran community better. And for me, I'm trying to say this lightly. I would say that the communities around us have done so much for us that it has actually enabled us to do less for ourselves. Probably the best way to put that. There is a long list of resources for veterans, a long list of them. We can complain all we want about the VA, but if you're persistent enough, you're going to get what you need. If you go to the vet center, if you're going to combat, you can go to the vet center. They'll give you what you need. You got to be persistent in your own healing, right? You got to want it bad enough. You can't get frustrated from one appointment and say, you know what, screw the VA, right? No, you got to want that, right? But it's very easy to victimize ourselves because there's so many damn resources that'll do it for us. That'll make it easy for us. That'll put our pants on for us, right? And just hold our hand into all these services. And that has made a lot of us complacent and lazy. Like, this is the truth. Like, I'm just going to call it what it is. The civilian communities, because they actually give a shit, they didn't realize that giving us more actually hurts us because it stops us from wanting to do more for ourselves. And so when I speak publicly and I get the question, and I get it often, what can civilians do more to help veterans? I was like, let's not give them the participation award in life and make them earn it. We got to earn it. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like everyone realized this participation award didn't work. Like we thought it was going to work, but it actually took away from the people who actually won. It actually took away from the essence of what it took for competition to earn something, to work hard and make efforts towards something, right? And instead, the participant award made it like, well, why do I work so hard? He's going to get the same damn award. And in that same sense, we've been handed the participation award because, like, oh, you served. Thank you for your service. Here's everything I can give you that could possibly make your life easier, right? And which that meant is that the civilian just subconsciously were like, man, that's nice and that's easy. And giving someone too much easy makes life actually really hard because then they start like, well, why isn't it continuing to be easy? Well, it's because at some point you have to put in the work. What's the story you tell yourself about yourself? Right? You're not just a veteran. You're actually the efforts it took to become that. You're the heart and soul of what it took to sign up at a time of war. That character, that full embodied character, should be able to be like, cool, let's use this. The things I've learned, how hard I've pushed myself, the people I've led, the problems I've solved, because genuinely we're problem solvers. Like we're the best problem solvers. I've identified this in my own house. My wife's like, how do you make these complicated situations so easy? I was like, I problem solve it. I chop it in little pieces. Like, that's easy. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. That's what we are. So that is who I am. People might use the title and say former Army Ranger, former drill sergeant, former PSYOP, NCO, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, like, I am none of that. I am everything that it took to get to that, right? I am the hard work. I am the effort. I am the grit. I'm the grind. I'm the dude that found answers for complicated problems. And I continue to do that in life now. I'm just saying. I just want y'all to think about that quote that I posted. And I think Twitch didn't allow it to see it. So if you guys on Twitch, you are not the label that you achieve. You are the hard work that it took to get there. You are not a title, right? You can't live in this world of like, hey, private push, private license plates, and all these things that you want to hold near and dear, but you forget what it took to get there, and that is the real value. It was the journey, right? And we can continue to have success in life if we continue to push ourselves like we did when we're achieving these titles. Think about it. What's the story you tell yourself about yourself? And is it slowing you down? Because here's the truth. All we are is hard work and effort. All we are is character. Who are you? Who are you all day, every day? That is it. That's what defines you. If you're not currently still an Army Ranger, well, then that's in the past, homeboy. We got to move forward. Currently, I'm a writer and an actor. That's what I am now. But that is only the title that it carries, the hard work that it took. I'm a creative, and I'm going to continue to create things that I find value in, that give me passion, joy, that leave a message for the people that are just listening. I told someone, I said, my success is nothing more than the residual effects of hard work and love that I have for my family. I want to give them everything I possibly can, and I want to be a good example to them. The residual effects of that has been the success that you see. Blah, 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 blah. Hard work. I don't want to look bad in front of my kids. I want to lead from the front. I want to lead by example. So it's like, they're not going to sit there and be like, oh, Dad, shit, my son said, Dad, I want to be a Navy SEAL. I'm like, homie, I was an Army Ranger. But I don't sit around talking about it too often. I don't have this like signs all over the place. I have a bracelet I wear on my wrist. I have a flag in my gym because it motivates me. But it's not a title that I carry with me, and I think it's going to take me to the finish line, because it absolutely won't. But the hard work and effort that it took to get there will. Think about that. I'm going to say the quote one more time. You are not the label you achieved. You are the hard work that it took to get there. We are nothing more than the efforts we put in daily. And if you want to continue to find success, let's not be victims. We have to wake up and take life by the balls, can I say? So that's just the message of the day. That's just my thoughts. I wrote that last night. I wanted to give it to you this morning. I wrote a couple other things, but we'll save those for another day. I got things to do and people to hug and kiss and tell them I love them. I love you guys. You guys do your thing. Veterans Day is around the corner. Don't forget to thank everybody who signed on that dotted line knowing that we were at war. It's crazy. plus something years, and those who didn't, just anyone who served their time. So, hey, all you Twitch, thank you. Today's the first day I jumped back on. I'm glad to see so many Twitch people jumping on. Still got my back. I got 9 people from Twitch watching right now. That's dope. Well, again, thank you guys. You guys take care. Don't forget veteran.com. Go pick up some shirts. Continue to promote positivity. The messaging that we leave for this world is important. It is valuable. Tell those veterans they're more than broken. We can be successful. We can achieve so much. We got to put our minds to it. All right. We got to put in the work. All you successful veterans out there, tell your story. Let the world know that there's something we could do after service. We could accomplish so many things in so many different facets. You guys just have to talk about it. Tell your story. I love you. I'm out.